Before we start the video, it's time for the KOG Boy roll call. This is for all the people who are supporting me as a KOG member of the month, and I appreciate ya. So big shout out to Ryan McDonough, Kato Senpai, and Apple, aka Donjay. You guys are awesome, just saying. How's it going, guys? aRenG Life here, and today we got the new Dragunity Overdrive Structure deck. It is dropped, and it's pretty interesting. So I'm a big fan of Dragunities. I played them in the TCG when the new Structure deck, or when the Structure deck came out in the TCG, and it actually featured Dragunity Arma Leviathan, or whatever, however you say it. I used to call it Leviathan. But yeah, you got this guy over here who is the main box card in the actual TCG, or at least in the Structure deck. But the card would never really see play. It wasn't that great of a card. But now that we have the new Structure deck, the new thing in Duel Links that is offering Dragunity Knight Ascalon over here, it's kind of beneficial to run Leviathan over here. So it's kind of interesting. So basically, in the Structure deck, if you guys manage to get 3 copies of it, I'm going to be showing you guys what you can do with 3 copies of the Structure deck, and a little bit of outside help. Cards like, for example, Cards of Continents, which are not in the Structure deck, and of course, Dragunity Ducks. These cards are not in the Structure deck, and they're just really good support for the deck. Ducks, because he's on summon, pulls out a tuner from the grave, summons it, synchro for 6 or something. But we're actually doing something a little bit similar to what I did with my Shiranui video, and I'm using level augmentation, and I wanted to run as many level 4s as possible, so I can, Dragunity level 4 lets me pull out a level 2 from anywhere, so summons a level 2. Now, activate level augmentation, I have a level 4 in my hand, make this thing a level 8, and bam! Immediate level 10 synchro, which is kind of like a little cheese play, so I like it. I also can use Leviathan over here, which can be special summoned. You can special summon it by literally banishing and getting rid of a monster, a Dragunity monster with an equipped Dragunity card, meaning you can have equip with Dragunity Divine Lance, Dragunity Tuner, or whatever. So, as long as you're equipped with one of those Dragunity cards, you can get rid of that monster to summon this thing, and then this thing is out. Once this thing is out, the monster that was equipped to this thing, usually the Dragunity Tuner, you can bring that thing out from the grave, because that one didn't get banished, and that one can now be equipped to this thing, and you can summon it and synchro again, so on and so forth. That's the main play you're going to be doing with Arma Leviathan, and you're basically trying to go into Ascalon. Ascalon is awesome. This guy can banish, literally banish opponent's monster by banishing a Dragunity in the grave, and you can do that more than once per turn, so it's kind of nice. Also, if this guy were to die, you can special summon a Dragunity monster from the extra deck. Now, the only downside for that is Dragunities don't really have very many extra deck monsters that are good on your opponent's turn. So that's a little bit unfortunate. The main one you're going to want to go for is the Gay Bulge. So the Gay Bulge returns, and this is pretty much the best way to use this guy. When this guy is destroyed for any reason, you summon this thing, implying you have a material in the grave that you can use it with. So now you can special summon this thing, and if they were to attack this guy, you can use his effect, that is pretty much during the damage step, remove from play a Wing Beast monster and gain the attack of that monster. So bam, banish 18 to power up by 18, making it, what is like 3,800? Yeah, that could be a pretty nice boost. So that's basically the play for that thing, because, or unless you can survive, then maybe go for Vajrayana or Gay Dirge, who are the extra deck cards that I'm running in this deck. Fortunately, most of these cards can be acquired in the Structure deck. Gay Dirge you don't really need, but it's an outside card that could definitely assist in making this deck play well. So there's that. 3 copies of Dragunity Senatus, and yes, by the way, I did get a Prismatic. I don't know how it happened. Literally just covered a Prismatic tournament today, so I guess it's that luck. Unfortunately, it's the only Prismatic, and I don't think it can work by itself. If I only had one Prismatic copy of a Phalanx, it would have been nice. But yeah, so Senatus is awesome. because what this guy does is on summon, like you literally summon him, he has the ability to discard a card, or a Dragunity card, and then you can equip one Dragon-type Dragunity tuner from the deck to himself. Use Phalanx's ability. If you guys don't know what this does, and when this card is equipped to a monster or Dragunity monster, whatever, if it's basically in the back row, you can special summon it. So when it's summoned, hey, it's a free tuner. Congratulations. You can now synchro into a level 6 or whatever. But in this situation, since you're going to have this level 4 on the field, and if you have a 4 in hand, hey, look at that. You can use level augmentation, make this guy into a level 8, and then you can go into that level 10, and it's pretty nice. Aside from that, I'm not really running too much back row destruction, back row protection, whatever, because this deck is 100% all about literally beating down on your opponent and beating them in one turn. It's more of an OTK deck than anything, so I feel like using like Mirror Wall, Wall of D, all those kind of cards, they're kind of irrelevant. You don't really need them in this deck because you're going to beat them in one turn. That's pretty much how this deck plays, but yeah, so that's pretty much the build. I'm running 3 copies of this, 3 copies of this, 3 copies of this, 1 copy of Legionnaire, who is in the actual thing. Now, Legionnaire is a fun card, it's cool, but it doesn't fit my theme as much. Like, it is a really good card. It can be really good. You can max out on Acles and Legionnaire if you really want to, if you're missing certain cards. Like, if you're missing Ducks, you can actually run Militum if you want to go for my build with level augmentation and your structure deck only. You just don't have Ducks. You can do that. You can also say, screw it, I'm going to add more copies of Legionnaire, maybe run a different skill, add more copies of Acles, and GG, you have another interesting combo because this guy can let you pop. So when you have this guy equipped with literally any of them, but Acles is better, you equip him with Acles. His ability is that you can discard or get rid of this thing that's equipped to him to destroy a card, and this thing also destroys a card, so it's pretty nice. This thing only destroys a face-up monster, by the way, so keep that in mind. So destroy a face-up monster, destroy a card. Very, very cool. This card lets you draw, and this card is to give you a lot of protection from traps and whatnot. Also, it pretty much gives you the ability to summon a Dragunity tuner from the deck, which is really, really nice. But whatever, that's pretty much the deck. Without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into ranked, and let's see how we do today. Alright, YuGiOh is here. Let's see what YuGiOh has for us right now. But yeah, if you guys have noticed, I haven't uploaded in a while, and that's because I'm taking a short break, but I mainly wanted to focus on when the new stuff came out in Duel Links. So I have a new selection box, so I might be making a video on what I pull yet, because I have not pulled anything yet from that. So look at this hand, by the way. This hand is really, really good, actually. Not gonna lie, this hand is actually kind of low-key amazing, because I can already pull off Senatus. I can do, look, I'm gonna do this. Here's the play. We already have the main play, which is Senatus. I'm gonna discard this thing. That is my phone. Hold on, guys. Be gone! Alright, sorry, I had to mute my phone for a second. But yeah, so what I'm trying to do right now is, discarding Leviathan is usually a good play because you don't really need this guy in your hand. But I really, really like discarding, holy crap, my PC is freezing. I really like discarding Phalanx over here because Phalanx is just really good in the grave. I kind of want to do that, to be honest, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Phalanx because it's just generally good. So now I'm going to go ahead and equip this thing from the deck, special summon this thing, or I could just say screw it, go for this thing, but nah, I don't need that. I'm going to go for this, a little play right here, because I get to use my ability, and yeah, and you only really need this when you have the level 4 in hand, which I do in this situation, so very, very cool. But yeah, like I was saying, you can use Leviathan from anywhere, since he's also grave, and he's fielding grave, or handing grave, I mean. Dude, I'm like so flustered right now because I'm getting calls and stuff because I didn't expect to have to make a video right now. But yeah, so I summon this guy, put him in attack position, and I'm passing. Now, this guy can more or less protect himself only because of the fact that he's so large. If they do destroy him by any means, like a card effect or something, he can summon another monster from the extra deck. And it's going to be the Gay Bulge, because this guy is the very defensive boy. Now, my opponent's got Red Eyes Fusion, which is very interesting, because that means he's going to have a Red Eyes. Red Eyes could potentially become very large, but the fact that he's running Disciple of Forbidden Spell is making me think that he does not have, like, meta Red Eyes stuff. Or not meta, but I don't know. He might not have the most powerful Red Eyes stuff. There goes his Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. Very, very interesting. Alright, so Return of Red Eyes is here. Now let's see what we got. Okay, cool, cool. Alright, so let's see what you got. What do you got for me, dude? He really can't do much, and I can... And he doesn't even have an equip. This mad lad doesn't even have an equip. I can already banish Red Eyes. I mean, and he would have to chain, and he wouldn't be able to stop with Red Eye's ability. So I'm going to do that real quick. Ascalon's ability, let's go ahead and get rid of my Senatus, even though, no, let's get rid of one of my phalanx. I don't need this many. Alright, bam, targeting your monster. Congratulations, you played yourself, you did not have an equip. So what are you going to do now? Let's see, does he have any plans? Return of the Red Eyes, well that's cool, man. That means you can summon a Red Eyes, and he quit immediately because he's like, oh god, I can't do anything. Also because, to be fair, Ascalon can banish like 2 more times, implying that I don't use cards from my hand, which I will. So yeah, that pretty much shows off the power, but fair enough. Let's go ahead and go right into the next game. Alright, Seto Kaiba is our next opponent. Let's see what you got for me, Kaiba. I actually took a pretty, like, not really a short break, but I had to go see my friend. So yeah, I just came back from that, and then I went to go eat. So I'm literally recording this 3 hours later. Not even kidding. Alright, so this hand is not the best, but we do have cards of consonants, which could potentially give us something good right now. I don't know who he's talking to, dude. He's calling the Pharaoh right now. Alright, so throwing away one of these little guys, and bam, we drew into a pretty decent hand, actually. And by that I mean we have our boy Senatus over here, who can on-summon, pretty much use his ability. I'll throw out my, this guy. Or actually, this guy is not bad to throw out right now. It doesn't really matter. I always like throwing away Phalanx because he's just really, really good in the grave. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, Phalanx. Any chance to dump a Phalanx. So now I get to equip another Phalanx. And Phalanx gets to come out, I guess. Actually, did I do that right? Nah, I did it right. I'm doing it alright. I mean, technically, right now I can do a different play. If I really wanted to, I can go into Gay Dirge or whatever. I can go into him. I can go into pretty much whatever. Since I'm only going first, I can go for the Gay Dirge, go for the Search. I can throw out my big guy, and then it's basically a free level 4 monster added to hand. So I think I am going to do that for no particular reason. So bam and bam. This is just because reasons. We could have also gone into the level 10 this duel, but I mean, and he is the focus of the deck. It really is. But sometimes it's fun to show off other aspects of it. In this situation, we're going to go ahead and add that Prismatic boy. I could also technically try to go for the Legionnaire. Legionnaire is pretty cool as well, but I think I'd rather go for the Senatus. And then I'll throw out my Arma Levatin or whatever. So, bam, that guy's in the grave now, and if I really wanted to, I could equip this onto him, and I can literally just get this thing out, and then I can probably go for the level 10. It thins out the deck, so it's pretty good. It lets me pull out another Dragunity thing, so I get to pull out one of my Acleys, puts them in the grave. More materials for the level 10 to just keep messing up. So, banish him, summons the large boy, Arma Levatin, pretty much pulling out one of these guys. So, as you can see, it's pretty nice. You get combos for days. Now, this thing comes out, and bam, we get to go for that level 10 as soon as my PC stops freezing. So, bam, Ascalon over here. Let's go ahead and pull this guy out. So, there's quite a few, like, steps and plays and whatever you can actually do. I'm playing this guy in defense because I don't want to get Econ took. Like, I don't want him to try to attack me, Econ take, just debate me. So, I think I'm good. By the way, I'm actually kind of curious to see if I get a level 10 on the field and I get like a level 8 in my hand, and I try to use my level augmentation skill, see if it makes him a level 18. It probably won't. I think the max should be 12, but I'm just curious. But oh, he's got some Vendreads. Good thing I set up a defense right now, actually. I think it is better that I set up with this guy instead of just leaving it at the Gay Dirge. Even though Gay Dirge is cool and all, but nah, it's better to save and go straight for the Ascalon if it's actually an option. Because yeah, screw your opponent with their weird monsters. Also, if they kill this guy, I can go into the Gay Bulge, and he can't be stopped, dude. Nobody can stop a raging Gay Bulge. And he just quits. I'm telling you guys. They're just like, you know what? No, I can't handle that monster. But we're gonna keep it up. Alright, and potentially last, we got Sarah over here. Let's see what you got for me, Sarah. But whatever, so, let's see what we got right now. This hand is actually really good. This hand is kind of OP. And I'm going second, by the way. So you setting a monster, you say? Is that all you have to... 8800 pulse! Alright, so I guess it's my turn. Dude, what's with all the people talking about the Pharaoh today? But fair enough. I think I got the play. We're basically just going to go Senatus on him. And this guy's pretty cool because I'm going to use his ability to discard. I'm probably going to get rid of this guy, even though I usually like having the tuners in the grave. But this guy kind of works from the hand, so that's why I'm just like, yeah, he's alright. So I'm going to get rid of my Leviathan. And now we're going to go ahead and equip my Phalanx to him. Now, I can also just do my main play, which is, I can do it both ways if I really want to. If I want to go for a Leviathan, I can, by getting rid of this guy, banishing Senatus, but I think it's more fun to just say, hey, look at this, summon my Phalanx, bam, a level log. Level augmentation basically says, hey, this guy is now this guy, or they're both combined. So now I can go for the special summon, we can go for the large boy, so bam and bam. Alright, very, very cool. Now, if only I can special summon another monster somehow. If I could, and I can equip to my Lance, I can basically give him get another summon out here. But I'm just going to go for Ascalon's ability. We're going to go ahead and banish this guy, because reasons. And we're going to get rid of this card. Whatever it may be, it is banished now. So, ooh, you're playing Dragunity as well? Well, that's kind of unfortunate, because I have a literal lethal right now. So, yeah, that's going to be game. Just battle. Battle. I'm doing that before they quit, because people be quitting all day over here. All right, but yeah, I really don't remember what I've shown and what I haven't shown. But I have two different ways of actually going into him. One of them is me using my my Leviathan, or whatever his name is, the big boy, this guy. I could use that, or I could just use my skill, and yeah. So both basically do the same thing, except one of them requires me banishing one, which is Leviathan. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I think it's pretty spicy. Is it worth buying 3 copies? I don't think so, because this deck is so easily shut down by Canadia, Floodgate, all that kind of stuff. It is very, very easy to shut this deck down. So, I don't know. I think it's a fun deck. I think it's a good deck, but I just don't know if it's worth actually spending all the money on. But fair enough. I think that's pretty much that. Alright, and in conclusion, like I said, I actually did pick up 3 copies of this structure deck, so you necessarily wouldn't have to. Maybe now you think, you know what? After looking at the build, I don't think I need 3 copies of whatever card. Maybe I only need 2 copies of the structure deck. Honestly, you could probably get away with running 2 copies of the structure deck. But also, I have to go into the new box. I haven't done that yet, so I'm gonna be going into that maybe later, so keep an eye on that video when that comes out. Let me know what you guys think of this deck. I'm actually super interested in hearing what you guys think, if the deck is good, if the deck is bad, what is missing, if maybe it's missing a certain card, maybe you want another card to come in the game, another deck, but whatever, let me know in the comments below. But whatever, that's pretty much that, and if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Duel Link shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and see you guys.